Good Saturday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods on this Saturday morning. I hope you're doing great. This is the calm before the storm, and I got to tell you, actually, this is an opportunity to kind of catch your breath. This season so far has been crazy. To have seen our team Thursday night going toe-to-toe with Tampa Bay in that game, and then to have the Monday night game where, oh my God, Baltimore versus the Raiders and that crazy finish in overtime, and then to see the Giants going toe-to-toe with Washington, and literally, doing this has always been fun, and I've always had dreams of doing these things a little bit differently and growing, and I've been building the set for some reason. It's kind of like, I guess, Noah's Ark. I got to build this thing, in case the floods come. But to be there watching that Washington Giants game, having the meltdown camera there on Pizzle and seeing his reactions delayed by about 10 seconds, as finding out that Stewart he first let me know, hey, if the score stays the same, Rashid, because he put it in a football pool, will win $200. She's happy as can be. He's hoping to get the win and $200. And then he realized, he sent me another message, hey, if Washington kicks the field goal, you win $200, Rashid gets squat. And watching that game, knowing that you hate both of the teams, there's no real love either way. It's kind of like, whoever loses it doesn't matter, really. If it could end in a tie, that would have been great, but then again, I wouldn't have got the $200. But to see Pizzle literally on edge as he's watching Washington go down the field and realizing that they're kicking a field goal, this game is over. And then seeing Washington miss the field goal, the joy that was there. And me going, no, he missed it. I just lost $200. And then wait, there's a flag. What? And they re-kick it and win? And watching Pistol go from dying inside, knowing his team was going to lose, to thinking they won, and then dying again. That, my friends, is more than I could have ever hoped for. And so far in this short season has been incredible. They said that this is going to be the greatest season in football. So far, it's been pretty damn good. It's been really, really good. I can't lie. This shit is crazy. But we get a chance tomorrow. This is going to be a long season, 17 games, 18 weeks. And coming off of that Tampa Bay game, thinking that we were going to have some time to kind of rest up and really get ready for the Chargers, but it has been the week from hell. And you have to start thinking like, oh no, here we go again with the injuries. To have lost Michael Gallup, man, that hurts. The calf injury in the game. And then to find out Lyle Collins failed to show up for 7 tests and is suspended for 5 games. That hurts. And then have Randy Gregory be put in COVID protocol. Oh, my God, no. It's like, okay, it can't get worse than that. And then you find out DeMarcus Lawrence breaks his foot, has surgery, and is out 6 to 8 weeks. And you're just like, geez, oh, flip. But you have to look at this from the standpoint of maybe this actually happened to the Cowboys at the right time. We've got the Chargers, who are a very formidable team. But then we've got some games that you can win in there. We've got a bye week, which will allow us to be able to get back. Right now, Neville Gallimore is getting to work, and he should be back by October off of IR, which will give our defensive line a punch. And we know that going to this game, we're going to have our bookend defensive ends out. But we have some guys that are looking to do things. Terrell Basham says he really looks forward to playing the Chargers. And they said, well, Terrell, why are you looking forward to playing the Chargers? He said, I remember hitting the quarterback a lot. Now, in the scheme of people talking trash. Where we've heard people, like one of the Chargers receivers saying that it looked like they were having fun. You got to put Terrell Basham's statement in there as well, as is that kind of trash talking or whatever. I'm surprised that people haven't made more of that. Whenever a Cowboy player says something, somebody says something about the Cowboys, it's blown up. My man said, looks like they were having fun. Oh, he's talking trash. Terrell Basham says something kind of similar, and nothing. But it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. The problem for the Cowboys is going to be, or the biggest concern, is Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa, a guy who's got 48 sacks in his career since 2016, had 7.5 last year, already has 1 sack last week against the Washington football team, has a total of 4 tackles combined. Joey Bosa has got a motor that does not quit. He can put pressure on a quarterback, and it's not only that his motor is so quick, he is great with your hands. And see, here's the thing. You need to be able to get separation from that offensive lineman. You've got to be able to, if you remember DeMarcus Ware working with Micah Parsons, and he was showing him the different games with the hands. Because when an offensive lineman can get his hands into you, it's hard to get away. But if you can tie up his hands, if you can get his arms and stuff crisscross, or if you can get to that outside shoulder, it's hard to be blocked. And that's what Nick Bosa is great at, is using his hands. He is almost like a Zen master that's, boom. And he makes these moves that will get the offensive lineman off balance. And once they're off balance, he can use that relentless motor to get past them. So the problem for the Cowboys, much like last week, of course, last week we were missing Zach Martin. And I guess in the grand scheme of things, you're saying if you're going to miss Zach Martin or Lyle Collins, you might want to say I'd rather miss Lyle Collins than Zach Martin. All-pro, one of the best offensive linemen in football. Lyle Collins, a very good right tackle. You're better off having Lyle Collins than Zach Martin, because Zach Martin will be able to help out with that right tackle as well as help out with our center, who actually had some problems. He was the worst graded offensive lineman, although he was going against Vita Vea, and you can understand that too. Vita Vea is an absolute positive beast. Another one of those guys I wish we had on that defensive line. One of those guys who, that one technique guy that can really stop and blow up a play. Yeah, I've always wanted that. Always wanted that. I'm hoping Quentin Bohannon can become that kind of a guy that's a disruptor, a load in the middle. But I digress. With Joey Bosa and you've got Terrence Steele, the thing you have to remember with here is Joey Bosa is head and shoulders ahead of Terrence Steele. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I'm not going to pretend that Terrence Steele is as good as Joey Bosa. So you have to do a couple of things to help slow down that pass rush. When you have a guy that's like that, that's pass rushing and things, the best way you beat that, and this is what the Cowboys did last week against Tampa Bay, is slow it down by using the screenplay. If you have a blitzer coming, you throw into where the blitzer was. That's going to be the soft spot. And the great thing for the Cowboys is Dak Prescott under pressure last week, 3 touchdowns. He was 13 of 22 for 189 yards. So you can try and put pressure on him. You can try and blitz him, but he's going to beat the blitz. And so this is where having that screen game, especially having Zeke Elliott in the backfield, okay? Zeke goes through, gives him the forearm shiver, helps slow him down, and then turns around to catch the football. You do these screens to set it up because now I have to worry about covering the outside because the defensive end is also responsible for not letting anything get past him on the outside. And if you can start screen passing him, if you can start getting the ball over his head where now he's got to turn around and run and chase the ball carrier, it will slow down that rush. The other thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to use a tight end on the side to help as well. We're going to have to double team Joey Bosa. If you can do that, then you've got a great chance. Now for the Cowboys, here's a couple of things. Chris Harris is going to be out. Chris Harris, one of the cornerbacks. So now you have Asante Samuels Jr., rookie, a guy who, people thought would be a good guy for us to draft. Still a rookie who's going to be out there going against maybe Amari Cooper or CeeDee Lamb. Good luck with that. You're going to get educated by one of the best route runners in the NFL. That's going to be a big, big spot that the Cowboys look to exploit. So I'm not a fantasy – if you're a fantasy football owner and you got Amari Cooper, I think you can look for him to actually have I think you can look for him to have a big day. I'm just saying, if he's going against a rookie in his first start, I'm taking Amari Cooper all day long. So that's the biggest worry there on the offense. On the defensive side, the problem, of course, is you don't have your bookend edge rushers. Although, let's be clear here. Losing DeMarcus Lawrence is a major blow. Contrary to where fans are like, he's a bum, get rid of him, and this and that. He is great at run stopping and also forcing turnovers. Randy Gregory has had flashes, but we haven't really gotten like DeMarcus Lawrence type production out of him. Now, we have a Terrell Basham. We had a Bradley Anae. We have a Chauncey Golston. These are young guys that you right now see an opportunity. And when you have a guy who has an opportunity who doesn't think it, a lot of times, kind of like Tyler Heineke. Tyler Heineke was not a rated player in high school. He was not a Division I-A standout. He was playing in the XFL. And here it is, boom. He gets his chance, and it looks like he's going to be the starter for the Washington football team at quarterback. He got an opportunity, and he rolled with it. Well, here's these guys' chance to roll with it, to show, hey, maybe I should get more playing time. And this is where one of the things that the Cowboys did in the offseason, I think will pay dividends. It's going to cost them, of course, at the end of the year, is there's so many guys on 1-year contracts that literally it is a prove your worth season for many of them. That if I want to get paid, I have to really show off and show up and do some things that say, we need you. Here's the contract. And I think you're going to see some guys out there that are hungry. The other thing you end up doing, and again, I've been saying this all week long, is Micah Parsons ends up playing outside linebacker / defensive end. You use the 3-4 defense, your hybrid, more often to go ahead and get that pressure on Justin Herbert. And that's how I would attack it if I were a coach or the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm not, so we'll see what the Cowboys do in the meantime. And I hope you guys tune in tomorrow. 12:45, we'll start our coverage. We'll be, of course, having the gang here and enjoying another football Sunday. I know David Wiley's talking about some cherry cola ribs. That's going to be different. And we'll see what else we come up with. As always, you know how 3:30, get your fantasy football talk on with Brother Roz as well as the Wolf, DK Stu. And I'll see you guys later.
Thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joey Bosa Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to